A woman once put it simply, if a man walked up to her right now, there are only 5 things she'd actually be looking for. Not his job title, not his car, not some rehearsed opening line. 5 things noticed in the first few minutes before he said anything worth remembering. Here's the payoff up front. None of these 5 things require money, height, or luck. Every one of them is something you can build starting today. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what to work on, and more importantly, why it actually works. The first thing she notices is how he carries himself. Not his outfit, not his walk, but his energy. Is he calm? Does he hold eye contact without forcing it? Is his voice unhurried, like a man who isn't racing to fill silence? Here's what most men get backwards about this. It's not about being detached or cold. It's about not being attached to the outcome. A man who needs her to like him leaks that need in 100 small ways, talking too fast, laughing too hard at things that aren't funny, agreeing with everything just to keep the moment pleasant. A man who's simply comfortable in his own presence doesn't do any of that, and it's obvious within seconds. Calm isn't a personality trait you're born with. It's a habit you build by getting comfortable with silence, with disagreement, with the possibility that someone might not like you, and being fine either way. The fake version of this is easy to spot once you know what you're looking for. A man performing calm often overcorrects into looking bored or unbothered on purpose. Checking his phone, giving one-word answers, mistaking coldness for confidence. That's not calm. That's anxiety wearing a costume. Real calm is still warm, it still asks questions, still laughs, still engages. It just doesn't come from a place of needing the interaction to go a certain way to feel okay afterward. The second thing she notices is direction. She can't see your bank account or your 5-year plan in the first few minutes, but she can feel whether you're a man who's going somewhere or a man who's just drifting through his own life. This shows up in how you talk. Do you speak with any clarity about what you're building, or does the conversation stay vague and directionless? Direction isn't about already having arrived somewhere impressive. It's about visibly moving. A man with a modest job who's clearly building towards something reads as more attractive than a man with an impressive job who talks about it like it happened to him rather than because of him. Momentum is the signal. Stillness, not humility, is what actually costs you here. The fake version of direction is easy to mistake for the real thing at first, because it often sounds impressive on the surface. Big talk about plans that never quite have a next step. Ambition that exists entirely in conversation and nowhere else. Real direction sounds smaller and more specific, almost boring by comparison. A project actually in progress, a goal with an actual date attached to it, a habit being built one ordinary day at a time. Grand talk with no evidence behind it usually reads as exactly what it is, within a few follow-up questions. The third thing is emotional stability paired with real strength, and this is where most men either overcorrect into being cold or undercorrect into being a pushover. She's not looking for someone who agrees with everything to keep the peace. She's looking for someone who can disagree without getting rattled, who can hold a boundary without raising his voice, who doesn't fold the second a conversation gets slightly uncomfortable. Kindness and softness aren't the same thing. You can be warm and still be firm. In fact, warmth without firmness usually reads as people-pleasing, not kindness. And people-pleasing is one of the fastest ways to become forgettable. The Stoic idea here is simple. Your emotional state shouldn't be a hostage to someone else's mood. If you can stay level when the conversation gets tense, you've already separated yourself from most men she's met. Watch for the fake version here too, because it's common. Some men mistake stubbornness for stability, refusing to ever budge, treating every disagreement like a battle to win. That's not strength, that's insecurity with better posture. Real stability can change its mind when it's actually wrong. It just doesn't change its mind because someone got upset. That distinction, whether a shift comes from evidence or from pressure, is the entire difference between a man with real conviction and a man just trying to avoid conflict. The fourth thing is physical presence, and this one gets misunderstood constantly. It's not about being the tallest or the most conventionally attractive man in the room, it's about visible maintenance. Good posture, basic grooming, clothes that fit and were chosen with some intention, even if they're simple. These are old signals, the kind that go back long before dating apps existed, signals of health, of discipline, and of a man who takes care of what's his, including himself. You don't need to be perfect here. You need to show that you're maintained, because maintenance is evidence of self-respect, and self-respect is the foundation everything else on this list is built on top of. The fake version chases expensive over-intentional. An outfit that cost a lot but was thrown on carelessly reads worse than something simple worn with actual attention to fit and cleanliness. The fifth thing is humor paired with social intelligence, and this is the one men most often get completely wrong in one of two directions. Some men perform for laughs, trying too hard, turning every interaction into an audition. Others are so serious they forget humor is even an option. The actual skill is being able to tease, to laugh at yourself, to keep things light, without ever making it feel like you're performing for approval. The moment humor starts feeling like an audition instead of a genuine expression of who you are, attraction drops immediately, because she can feel the difference between a man who's naturally funny and a man who's desperately trying to be liked. The fake version is easy to spot in hindsight, even if it's hard to catch in the moment. It's the joke that goes on a beat too long, waiting for confirmation that it landed. It's the self-deprecating comment that's actually fishing for reassurance rather than genuinely laughing at yourself. Real humor doesn't check to see if it worked. It just moves on to the next thing, because it was never about the reaction in the first place. Here's what ties all 5 of these together, and it's worth sitting with. Every single one of them comes down to the same root quality: a man who is complete on his own, who isn't performing for approval, who isn't attached to the outcome of any single interaction. That's not something you fake convincingly for very long. It's something you actually build through discipline, through direction, through the daily habit of not needing external validation to feel like you're enough. None of this happens overnight, and that's actually good news, not bad news. It means every one of these 5 things is a skill, not a trait you either have or don't. Calm under pressure is trainable. Direction is buildable, one decision at a time. Emotional stability comes from practice, not personality. Physical maintenance is just consistency. And humor without neediness comes naturally once you stop needing the laugh to prove your worth. So, where do you actually start? Pick the one of these 5 that's weakest for you right now, honestly, not the one that's most comfortable to admit. If it's calm presence, practice sitting in silence during conversations instead of rushing to fill it. Silence isn't awkward unless you decide it is. If it's direction, pick one thing you're building and get specific enough about it that you could describe it in one clear sentence, not a vague gesture at someday. If it's emotional stability, the next time someone disagrees with you or tests you, notice the urge to either cave or get defensive, and practice doing neither. Just stay level and let the moment pass. If it's physical presence, start with the basics that take no talent at all: posture, grooming, clothes that actually fit. And if it's humor, the fix is usually the opposite of what you'd expect. Say less, not more. Neediness in humor almost always comes from over-explaining a joke or reaching for one more laugh after the room's already moved on. Here's the thing worth remembering about all 5 of these. They're not tricks to perform on a first date. They're not lines to memorize or a persona to put on for a few hours before it slips. They're just what a genuinely put-together man looks like from the outside, which means the real work isn't learning to perform calm, direction, stability, presence, and humor. It's actually becoming the kind of man who has them, so there's nothing left to perform. And there's a reason all 5 of these work on a level deeper than dating advice. Every one of them is really just a different expression of the same underlying thing: a man who doesn't need anyone else's approval to already know his own worth. Calm presence is what that looks like in conversation. Direction is what it looks like in ambition. Emotional stability is what it looks like under pressure. Physical maintenance is what it looks like in self-respect. Humor without neediness is what it looks like in how you carry a room. Chase any one of these 5 as a standalone tactic, and it usually comes across hollow because people can tell the difference between a trait and a technique. Build the actual foundation underneath them. Genuine self-respect, independent of anyone's opinion, and all 5 show up on their own, without you having to think about performing a single one of them. If this gave you something to actually work on instead of just something to think about, do me a favor. Like it, comment, share it with a guy who needs to hear it, and subscribe. That's what tells the algorithm this is worth putting in front of someone else trying to become a better version of himself. Stay disciplined.